All right, here with the Spike profile for Spike Brothers. First of all, we're gonna start with our trainer, Mega Trainer. You're only gonna have one of him. It's a starter. Uh, Now with Spike Bros, it's very simple. When you build it, you're gonna have 4 of every single card except for one your trainer or your starter, and then you have 1 off card. You can really decide. I use Cheer Girl Fanny for that last one. We'll just go over every card real fast. So first we have Seyfried. It's going to be your main grade 3. It's going to have all your pressure with on hit. So when you hit with this card, it will restand a rear guard, and you can retire one of their rear guards for the cost of 2 Soul Blasts, which is really nothing. It's your soul charging a lot in this deck. And his other ability is when you counterblast, you can put one of your rear guards into your soul, look through your deck for that same name of that card, bring that card out. Seyfried gets 10,000 damage for that, and your rear guard gets 10,000 damage for that. Now, the optimal thing about this Seyfried card is that you can use it as many times as you like. You can use it. I've used it 5 times in one turn, and then had a huge row on everything, and especially Seyfried had like 81 with like a rear guard behind him. Second card, we'll just go over these quick ones. So you have Juggernaut Maximum. He's your other grade 3. You might have to suboptimally ride him if you don't have another grade 3. But when you place him, he gets 10,000 extra damage when placed. And on the main phase, your next turn, if he is not your Vanguard, he's a rear guard, you can put him into your soul and search him out in your deck and place him again, and then he'll get 10,000 damage. And Brocky has the same exact effect, but he's a grade 2, and he's a 10,000 base, so it gets pretty high numbers. We'll go over, this is your one card that's different from every other card, your Treasure Black Panther. His ability is, when you're attacking, you can Soul Blast 1, and you get 5,000 damage to end that battle, or you can Soul Blast 1 and get 15,000 damage to the end of the battle, but when you get 15,000 damage, at the end of that battle, you have to soul charge your Black Panther, which is really good for hitting huge numbers where your opponent can't guard it. It's kind of a finisher if your opponent really isn't ready for it. Next set of cards we're going to go over is Spike Bouncer. This is going to be your bread and butter. This is how you're going to win games. The great thing about spikes is you really have to hit them hard early, and it's very hard. It's very easy to get like a huge field, especially with Spike Bouncer. So his effect is you counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, and you look at the top cards of your deck depending on the grade. So if you have a grade 2, you'd look at the top 2 cards of your deck. If you have grade 3, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck. And what you'll do after you do that, you'll look at those cards, and then you will place one of them or none of them. And then the other one goes at the bottom of the deck. So a good combo is to pull him out, place him in your grade 2 turn, use his ability, Soul Blast, Counter Blast, and then look at the top 2. Hopefully you get something good. If you get a Juggernaut Maximum that's the best, you can place him out. He'll get a 10,000 being placed, or a Bracky. Really, anything that you can get on the field that can do damage. I wouldn't recommend putting a trigger out there, but if you have no other option and you think it's going to help you, go ahead. I've had a lot of times where I'll pull out only triggers from the top of my deck, and I have to just deal with it. Jar Singer has the same effect, so when placed, you can Soul Charge from your hand, and you look at the top number of cards from the deck that's related to your Vanguard's grade. So with grade 1, so if you place him grade 1, you'll look at 1, but optimally you'll place Spike Bouncer, and then placing him, Soul Charge a card, and then look at the next card and see if you can keep placing your field and just attack relentlessly on your turn 2. Your next one is going to be Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy has the same effect as Bracky or Juggernaut Maximum. When placed, you at the beginning of your main phase, put this unit into your soul, and then search up deck for another Wonder Boy and put that Wonder Boy out in the field. His other effect is it's a very good filter. This is bread and butter for this deck. You can when placed, you may, and you should, you may put a card from your drop zone into your deck, as long as it's not a grade 1. So a non-grade 1 into your back into your deck, the bottom of your deck. So a good thing to do is use like a crits for shields early, and then use place him down, and then put that crit back in the bottom of the deck, and then use Seyfried's skill to reshuffle your deck. Great thing about this deck when you're using Wonder Boys, you can have a very thin deck at the end of the game, and it's mostly triggers. Next thing is Garry Gannon. He's not a very high pressure card. He's more of an early game card. Just a booster. So what effect is when that attack that it boosts hits a Vanguard, you may soul charge this card, and then you get to draw 2 cards and put one into your hand. Put both cards in your hand, and then choose any card out of your hand and put it to the bottom of your deck. Now, if you have like a bunch of copies of Bracky, put them back in. But if you have like things that aren't too, you have like a lot of shields in your hand already, put the crit back into the bottom of the deck. That's probably the best thing you can do. You want to get as many triggers back in the deck as possible. I really recommend don't using him under your Vanguard unless it's turn 1 or turn 2. But I should, because people are going to guard him because they don't want you getting filtering cards out of your deck. Also, we run 4 perfect guard draws and 8 crits and 4 heals. Now, I've done things before where I had 6 draws, and I actually really liked it, but people tell me it's not that good, and I did 8 crits, and it just felt a little bit better. So, take that if you will. Also recommend just have at least 4 force markers for your games so you don't run out. Yeah.